お休み前に英語で国内ニュースの時間です。今日の話題を英語でどうぞ。
On July 25th, temperatures soared across Japan. Kuwana City, Mie Prefecture, recorded 40.6 degrees Celsius. This marks the first time Japan has experienced 5 consecutive days with temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius or higher, setting a new record. The Japan Meteorological Agency is urging people to take precautions against heat stroke as many areas reached extreme heat.
July 26th marks 10 years since the Tsukui-yama Yurien incident, where 19 people with disabilities were killed. This tragedy exposed deep societal discrimination. Experts are asking if society has learned. Some believe exclusion has worsened, not improved. They question if society has truly changed for the better in the past decade.
Junglia Okinawa, a theme park in northern Okinawa, marked its first anniversary on July 25th. The park announced 1 million visitors and over 10 billion yen in sales for its first year. However, the operating company stated that visitor numbers fell short of their target. The park aims to become a hub for promoting local attractions.
A 49-year-old employee was found dead at a Hiroshima bar on July 24th. The 50-year-old owner, Hiromasa Murakami, was arrested for suspected assault. Police allege Murakami hit the employee earlier that day. Murakami stated he wouldn't be surprised if he committed violence. Police are now investigating for possible murder.
45 organizations across Japan have requested to host regional offices for the new disaster management agency, launching in November. Half of all prefectures have made requests. Disaster-affected areas are keen, hoping to boost awareness and revitalize their regions. The government plans to establish 2 regional bureaus by fiscal year 2027 or later.
Chinese and Russian foreign ministers met on July 24th, criticizing Japan for remilitarization. They stated Japan should not rearm and expressed concern about attempts to acquire nuclear weapons. Both nations view Japan's defense buildup as new militarism. Japan's defense minister has denied these claims, calling them not factual.
Widespread wildfires are raging in France and Spain due to high temperatures, forcing at least 160,000 people to evacuate. Both countries have requested assistance from the European Union. France has deployed its military to help combat the blazes. Authorities are working to contain the fires and ensure safety.
2 years after Japan's former eugenic protection law, which forced sterilization, was ruled unconstitutional, compensation for victims is lagging. Only about 2% of estimated victims have received payments. The Child and Family Agency urges local governments to individually notify known victims, hoping to encourage more applications for their due compensation.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced on July 24th that the United States is currently talking with Iran. He stated his intention to see what the outcome will be as we continue discussions, indicating a desire to assess Iran's next moves amid ongoing tensions.
次は社会のニュースです。
Japan set a new heat record on July 25th. Kuwana City, Mie Prefecture, reached 40.6 degrees Celsius, with Gifu Prefecture also seeing over 40 degrees. This marks the first time Japan has experienced 5 consecutive days with temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. The Japan Meteorological Agency is urging people to take precautions against heat stroke.
Kanagawa Prefecture held a memorial service on July 25th. ahead of the 10-year anniversary of the Sagamihara stabbing. In 2016, 19 residents of the Tsukui Yamayuri-en facility were killed. Governor Yuji Kuroiwa vowed to build a society without discrimination or abuse, emphasizing the importance of an inclusive community for all.
Japan plans to tighten permanent residency requirements for foreigners, effective next April. New rules will require annual income to be above the average Japanese household income. Applicants must also demonstrate pension benefits equivalent to 30 years of contributions. Additionally, Japanese language ability and understanding of national systems will be considered.
A Kawasaki city bus ran a red light on July 24th, colliding with a second-grade elementary school boy on a kick scooter. The boy sustained minor head injuries. The 34-year-old driver stated he didn't brake hard to prevent passenger falls. The City Transportation Bureau is investigating and plans to conduct retraining to avoid similar incidents.
Niigata Prefecture has seen record-breaking heavy rainfall due to a stationary front. A Level 4 danger warning is in effect for some areas, urging strict caution against flooding, river overflow, and landslides. The Kanto Koshinetsu and Tohoku regions also face heavy rain on July 25th. Residents should remain highly vigilant.
A man's body was discovered in a central Hiroshima restaurant on July 24th. The 50-year-old owner was arrested, suspected of assaulting a 49-year-old male employee. The victim was found deceased at the scene. The suspect admitted to the possibility of violence. Police are investigating the cause of death, considering potential murder or assault resulting in death.
On July 15th, the body of Mayumi Yokozeki, 53, was found on a barge in Osaka's Taisho ward. An autopsy confirmed she died from strangulation. Subsequently, her husband's body was discovered in the nearby sea. His car was also found abandoned. Police are now investigating the circumstances of both deaths.
A Japan Ground Self-Defense Force intelligence unit allegedly collected personal data, including patriotism, from Japanese academics and citizens. Unit members reportedly hid their identities for this human intelligence gathering. Such activities, typically for overseas missions, appear to have been internally approved. This raises concerns about the unit secretly gathering domestic information.
Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has released new guidelines for its regional medical care vision this month. This plan outlines the future of local health care looking ahead to 2040. It addresses the anticipated increase in the elderly population, especially those over 85, to ensure sustainable medical services nationwide.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Seven & I Holdings announced on July 25th it will not invest in Poland's largest convenience store chain, Żabka Group. The potential investment, possibly hundreds of billions of yen, was canceled because terms beneficial to all stakeholders could not be agreed upon. 7&i HD had aimed to expand its global business beyond North America and Asia into Eastern Europe.
The Diet virtually closed on July 24th after enacting laws for a sub-capital concept. Towards the end, ruling and opposition parties clashed, stalling discussions. With the ruling party not holding a majority in the House of Councillors, reaching consensus will be a major challenge in the next parliamentary session.
Laws for a sub-capital concept were enacted in the House of Councillors. This plan creates alternative capital functions for Japan during major disasters. The legislation passed with majority support from parties like the Liberal Democratic Party, Ishin, and Team Mirai.
Microsoft, NVIDIA, Meta, and IBM joined other tech firms in a letter on July 24th. They urged governments to avoid over-regulating open AI models. The companies warned that early rules could stifle innovation and competition. They also argued open models are safer, allowing broader verification by researchers.
Paramount Skydance's acquisition of Warner Bros. Discovery might be frozen until next June. This is due to an agreement with 12 U.S. states, including California, which sued to block the merger. They claim the deal violates antitrust laws, harming competition in film and cable TV. The freeze will last until the lawsuit is resolved.
2 U.S. businesses sued on July 24th to revoke new tariffs imposed by the Trump administration on 60 countries. They argue these tariffs aimed at countries including Japan and China over forced labor concerns exceed the authority granted by Congress. The lawsuit claims the broad application of the tariffs is unlawful.
The yen traded in the upper 163 yen range against the dollar in New York on July 24th. It was 0.02 yen weaker than the previous day. As the yen neared 164, concerns about intervention from the Japanese government and the Bank of Japan grew, leading to some dollar selling. However, yen movements remained limited.
Junglia Okinawa Theme Park celebrated its first anniversary on July 25th, reporting 1 million visitors, including its spa. CEO Takeshi Kato stated daily visitors averaged 2,700, with sales expected over 10 billion yen. Despite lower-than-expected visitor numbers due to weather, the park generated an estimated 49.4 billion yen in economic benefits.
Traditional health insurance cards will expire after July. From August, patients must present either their My Number card, which functions as a health insurance card, or an eligibility certificate at medical facilities. The Ministry of Health urges everyone to carry one. Without it, you may need to pay the full medical cost upfront.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Kazuma Okamoto of the Blue Jays hit his 23rd home run of the season against the Red Sox. This 3-run homer in the 7th inning set a new record for a Japanese player in their first MLB season. He surpassed Shohei Ohtani's 22 home runs from 2018. Okamoto has been a strong hitter in his rookie year.
Dodgers pitcher Roki Sasaki earned his 4th win of the season against the Mets. He pitched 7 strong innings, allowing just 1 run and striking out 9 batters. Shohei Ohtani also contributed to the Dodgers' victory with 2 hits and a go-ahead sacrifice fly, helping secure the win.
On July 25th, high school baseball teams across Japan are securing their spots in the Summer Koshien Tournament. In the Owari Regional Final, Hanamaki Higashi High School defeated Morioka Dai Fuzoku 5-0. This victory marks Hanamaki Higashi's 14th appearance at the Summer Koshien and their 4th consecutive qualification.
NBA legend LeBron James announced his move to the Philadelphia 76ers on July 24th. He signed a 2-year, $8 million deal, a significant pay cut. James stated his decision was to win and seek another championship. The 41-year-old implied he plans to finish his career with the 76ers.
Rockies pitcher Tomoyuki Sugano earned his 10th win of the season on July 24th against the Brewers. He pitched into the 6th inning, allowing 2 runs. This achievement marks his 2nd consecutive season with double-digit victories since making his Major League Baseball debut.
The Japan Football Association announced new national team coaching plans on July 23rd. Hajime Moriyasu will continue as head coach for another 6 months until the Asia Cup. Go Oiwa, currently the U21 coach, will then take over next spring with a contract until the 2030 World Cup.
Dodgers players including Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki visited the White House on July 23rd. They met President Trump, who called Ohtani an international legend. President Trump praised Ohtani's historic championship game performance and Yamamoto's unbelievable pitching.
Yokozuna Hoshoryu will withdraw from the Nagoya Grand Sumo Tournament starting on day 14, July 25th. He had already recorded 6 losses by day 13. Hoshoryu had returned to this tournament after previously withdrawing due to a right foot injury.
Former Japan national volleyball player Shunichiro Sato, 26, admitted to cannabis possession at his first trial on July 24th. He was charged with possessing about 0.8 grams in May. Prosecutors requested a 1-year prison sentence, while the defense sought a suspended sentence. The verdict is scheduled for July 31st.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
The U.S. Central Command attacked and disabled a tanker in the Gulf of Oman on July 24th. The tanker was attempting to break through a U.S. blockade of an Iranian port. This marks the second incident since the blockade resumed on July 14th. The U.S. stated the tanker ignored warnings. This blockade is a response to Iran's threat to close the Strait of Hormuz.
President Trump warned the European Union on July 24th, threatening high tariffs. This follows the EU fining Google €890 million for violating its Digital Markets Act. Trump called the fine predatory and plans to launch a Section 301 investigation. He demanded the EU withdraw the penalty, stating the US will not be Europe's piggy bank.
2 U.S. companies sued the Trump administration on July 24th, challenging recently imposed tariffs. They are seeking to halt the tariffs and receive refunds with interest. The U.S. Trade Representative announced these new 10% or 12.5% tariffs on 60 countries' regions on July 23rd. These tariffs, effective July 24th, target insufficient measures against forced labor products.
A dinner hosted by the White House Correspondents Association was held in Washington, D.C., with President Trump attending. This event was re-held after it was canceled in April due to a shooting incident. President Trump delivered a speech emphasizing that he will not yield to violence.
1 month after a series of M7+ earthquakes hit Venezuela on June 24th, over 5,300 people are confirmed dead. The full extent of damage is unknown, as missing persons numbers are not released. Poor disaster response and delayed aid by authorities have sparked strong public dissatisfaction. Citizens criticize the government for neglecting them and hiding information.
The International Criminal Court, ICC, decided to dismiss Chief Prosecutor Khan on July 24th. This decision, made at a special meeting in New York, follows allegations of sexual misconduct involving female staff. Khan was suspended over these claims, which he denies. The Assembly of States parties found serious misconduct, with 82 out of 125 member states voting for his removal.
Wildfires are spreading across France and Spain due to high temperatures, forcing at least 160,000 people to evacuate. Both countries have requested assistance from the European Union. In France, the military has been deployed to help manage the situation and combat the expanding blazes.
Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi met with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov, stating that Japan must never be allowed to rearm. China reported that Lavrov also firmly opposes the acceleration of Japan's remilitarization. This joint statement highlights a coordinated stance between China and Russia concerning Japan's defense capabilities.
A Russian missile attack near Kyiv on July 24th killed 10 and injured about 100 people, Ukrainian prosecutors reported. The attack hit an outdoor defense equipment exhibition. Ukraine's Air Force intercepted one of 3 ballistic missiles, but 2 landed. Separately, Romania's Air Force shot down a drone violating its airspace, their first such incident.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Comedian Takafumi Emoto of License announced on July 24th that his 7-year-old son has a severe disability. He will take a temporary break from his radio show and reduce his workload. Emoto explained he needs to dedicate more time to his family and home. He has a daughter born in 2013 and a son born in 2019.
Manga artists Go Nagai and the late Akira Toriyama were inducted into the Eisner Awards Hall of Fame on July 24th. Nagai was honored for his influence on American comics with works like Mazinger Z. Toriyama, known for Dragon Ball, was recognized for making manga popular worldwide and greatly expanding anime's reach in Western countries.
The Fuji Rock Festival 26 began on July 24th in Niigata, featuring over 180 artists like Fuji K's and girl group XG. A highlight was High Standard's return after 27 years, performing and exclaiming, "We're back!" The 3-day music event, celebrating nature and music, will run until July 26th.
Kano School Fusuma paintings, separated for 150 years between a Japanese family and the British Museum, are now reunited. They are on display at a special exhibition in Ueno, Tokyo. The paintings, newly confirmed to be by Kano Sogen Shigenobu, will be featured in the British Museum Japan Art Collection exhibition starting July 25th.
The Kansai Ki-in announced on July 24th that the Sanyo Shimbun Cup Kansai Ki-in top position deciding match Go tournament will conclude. The ongoing 70th season will be its last. This official title match, which has been a significant event for Kansai Ki-in players, first began in 1957.
Shogi master Sota Fuji, holding 6 titles, defeated Tadahisa Maruyama 9-dan on July 24th. This win in the 74th Oza-sen Challenger Tournament semifinals puts Fuji 1 victory away from challenging for the Oza title. He will now face Akihito Hiroza 9-dan in the tournament final.
On July 24th, eastern and western Japan experienced extreme heat, with Mie and Gifu prefectures recording over 40 degrees Celsius. This marks the 4th consecutive extreme heat day. Dangerous temperatures near 40 degrees are expected again on July 25th, especially in Tokai. Residents should take strict precautions against heat stroke.
A revised law has been unanimously passed, ensuring that individuals needing daily medical care or with severe disabilities can continue receiving essential medical and nursing services. This new legislation allows them to access these crucial services even after they turn 18, providing continuous support for their well-being.
On July 23rd, a government council discussed this year's minimum wage. Workers' representatives demanded a significant 75 yen increase per hour across the nation. In contrast, businesses called for careful discussion, arguing that recent substantial wage hikes have already increased their financial burdens.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。